Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1024.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, I'm going to give you an update on XRP because there is so much going on and it's so exciting. But a lot of it gets lost in the noise or in the lawsuit. There's a lot of focus on that, but there's a few other things that maybe, just maybe, we should be focusing on that are very important. And some of these things have already been reported on, but I want to give you a little bit of a different perspective on some of this. So you might have heard some of this before, but I think I'm going to give you a different angle than what you might have heard. So first of all, the big news last week was the official announcement of former Ripple advisor Michael Barr that Biden nominated as a top U.S. Fed regulator. Now, obviously, this is exciting to us because anyone coming from a senior position at Ripple to sit on the Federal Reserve is extremely prestigious and important and strategic. But there's much more to this than just what is on the surface. Because what's also important is how all of this has been playing out for years, which is what I always say is that nothing is happening by chance. Nothing is just random or at the last minute a decision. Banks have to plan their moves years in advance. Everything has to be checked. Everything has to be agreed upon. Everything has been in the works for a very long time. So when I found this article from 2015, it didn't surprise me one bit. And the headline was, former Treasury official Michael S. Barr joins Ripple Labs. That was in 2015. And here's what he was quoted as saying at that time. I'm excited to be joining the advisory board of Ripple Labs. Our global payment system is badly outdated. I think innovation in payments can help make the financial system safer, reduce cost, and improve access and efficiency for consumers and businesses alike. This plan was in effect back then in 2015 to create a new financial system, to strengthen the payments, get them faster, less expensive. Everything we've seen in the executive order that says we want green energy, we want quick, we want inexpensive, and now we can see the tracings of this going way back 7 years ago. The article also said, as a company applying a new technology in an age-old, heavily regulated industry, Ripple Labs greatly benefits from the prodigious policy expertise of advisors like Barr. So here he was in the U.S. Treasury, moved from the U.S. Treasury over to Ripple Labs 7 years ago. Now he comes back and takes a seat on the Federal Reserve Board. And here's what the CoinDesk article has to say about that. It says that the Federal Reserve post is arguably the most powerful financial regulatory job in the U.S. It also says the most important aspect of his background for the digital assets industry could potentially be his tenure on the board of advisors at Ripple, giving him an insider's knowledge of crypto. It also says the official announcement didn't mention Barr's background with the financial industry, which has also included a stint at financial technology platform Lending Club. Now here's the paragraph that really got my attention. It says, if he's confirmed, he'll occupy a leadership role in the multi-agency efforts already underway to regulate stablecoins, ding, 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 and to consider further guardrails for the rest of the crypto industry. So he's going to help with regulating stablecoins. And we know from the executive order that that is definitely on the table, being looked at. We have a 180-day period of time where all that's being analyzed and looked at. Here is someone with specific industry experience going from the U.S. Treasury to Ripple Labs for 7 years and now coming back to take a seat at the Federal Reserve Board table. What does that tell us about probable plans and payment systems that are going to be used with stablecoins? Well, before I answer that, let's take a look at something that happened just yesterday. April 17th, it was announced Ripple partners with the largest bank in Egypt to process cross-border payments. And it says the blockchain company Ripple, the owner of the cryptocurrency XRP, continues to develop its activities outside the U.S. border, although it still has to settle the lawsuit filed against it in 2020 by the SEC. Ripple now joins Egypt's largest bank for cross-border payments. This is called the National Bank of Egypt, or NBE. It says it leverages Ripple's blockchain technology to create payment pathway with United Arab Emirates, UAE. It says Egypt received $24 billion in remittances in 2020 alone, making it one of the top 5 recipients in the world after India, China, Mexico, and the Philippines. It also says they seek to increase the cross-border payment experience to make payments cheaper, faster, and more reliable. Egypt is among the top 5 countries in the world in terms of remittances received from its immigrant communities. But here's what really got my attention. Associated companies do not talk about it. XRP, developed by Ripple to move liquidity, know that they will use the RippleNet platform to process payments, for which this cryptocurrency is a native token. This allows the continued use of XRP in jurisdictions outside the U.S. So all of this is extremely powerful and looking really good for Ripple. But also, this is during the lawsuit going on. I mean, that's what's so crazy, is that this is all in the background while the SEC lawsuit is in the foreground in the U.S. Ripple continues to add strong partners to its customer base in spite of the lawsuit. Now, you know that Link2 is one of the partners of Ripple where you can buy Ripple stock pre-IPO. And Link2 recently said, we don't know how much longer we're going to be able to offer Ripple stock. To me, that's a cue that we may be getting to the end of them being able to offer stock pre-IPO, which means that there may be some communication from Ripple at some point saying you have to shut it down because the lawsuit's going to end and we're going to take the company public. So I'm watching very closely to when Link2 tells us no more Ripple stock is available. That to me is going to be a huge indicator the company's ready to go public in the near future. So these are all good indications in the background. If you're interested in Ripple stock, this is one of the last opportunities you may have to buy it. I have a link in the show notes if that's something you're interested in and you're an accredited investor. If you're not sure what that means, I've done an earlier podcast about what that is and how to qualify. But here's what we know. We know powerful people are being put into place on the Federal Reserve Board that have direct experience at Ripple. We know this person came from, prior to that, the U.S. Treasury. So directly from government to Ripple, now back to government. We know that this person is going to be ushering in stable coins and likely a central bank digital currency, which I believe all countries are going to have a version of. And we're during the time of the executive order, that 180-day window where we're looking at all of the things that we want for stable coins and central bank digital currencies. Behind that, we have the drama that's going on with Russia shutting down the US dollar as a, quote, unfriendly currency that will not be used to trade oil and other precious resources. So what I'm seeing is a possible cause of speeding up these regulations to bring in stablecoins, central bank digital currencies, and trading with XRP, the bridge currency that can bridge the SWIFT system, that can bridge anything of value for anything else of value. If you want to trade oil for rubles, you can do that. If you want to trade anything of value for anything else of value, XRP is the bridge that would allow that to happen. And that's where I think we are, right in that period of time where we're going to transition to using this new technology to be able to deliver rubles or whatever Russia wants for their precious resources that other countries so desperately need. We're right in that transition period, plus we're getting toward the end of the lawsuit, perhaps, the beginning of regulations coming in. This is all in process. This lawsuit has given us the opportunity to continue to accumulate XRP at prices below $1, rather than looking for this to be the next wealth-building sensation, which I believe it will be over time. I think you've got to allow time for this to fully develop. There are going to be different phases of this building out. I think you need to take a long-term horizon and really look at the potential that this has for being the cryptocurrency that carries the most value. Some people say all the money in the world, but the most value of any cryptocurrency out there. And things are lining up for that to happen. So those people who can take a long-term view and hang on to their XRP, I think are going to be the dramatic winners in the long term. It is the next Amazon, the next Google, the next long-term technology investment that I think over time, over years, is going to be an incredible wealth-building opportunity. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available so you never miss one of them. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.